right. Well, we have our first guest on the Envy Sports video cast today. One of my favorite players from Prolific Prep back in our second and third years. Actually, second, third, and fourth years. Abu Kigab. Abu, how you doing?
I'm doing good, Greg. Thanks for having me.
Just good to see you. It's been so long. So you are where right now?
I am in Canada right now. In
Oh,
Canada,
cool. Just we're going to be there in a week. What's the weather like?
it's actually pretty good right now. I think you guys are gonna like the weather. It's sunny outside, good breeze. So you guys came at a really good time.
Awesome, awesome. So, okay, let's start here. Prolific Prep. You came to us as a junior, I believe,
Yeah,
and in 2016, and you played with Josh Jackson. I'm going to go off memory. Vance Jackson, Devin Daniels.
yeah.
Uh, who else were we thinking of that?
I'm gonna do so. Nathan,
How can I forget Amadou Sow or Sekou Toure or Oni Aisi and
all those
our point guard Pierre Crockrell Jr.
there.
So talk about that experience in your first year.
It was a hell of an experience. I remember vividly about that year was the competition that we played, the high level of hoops
Mhm.
that we had every single game. Every single game wasn't a walk in the park. We had to come in and compete and try to win every single game. No team, was going to bend over.
Right.
It was just a lot of fun. We had to, go out there and compete every single day, and we got better and we stuck with the process every single day, and we had a really good time that year.
Yeah, that was a fun year. My first trip with the team was when we went to Kentucky for no, excuse me, we went to Kansas for a grind session event, and that was just so much fun. Part of the reason that you guys came together so quick and did so well from different parts of the country and not different parts of the world was Coach Billy McKnight. Talk about Coach McKnight and how he affected your game.
Coach McKnight's, he's done so many good things as a coach for the program and for the players. I can't say enough positive things about him. He really influenced my game and helped guide and my game in the right direction, and I'm really appreciative for him for that. He really taught me the concept of shooting and how to shoot, and he broke it down to all the other guys as well. He was teaching us to put that ball on the seams,
Right.
trying to get us to make it spin properly, and to help us with our shooting consistency. And, he's a really good coach to be around. And I think that's why we had a lot of success, having a coach that we can relate to and that we can connect with, who
Hmm.
also had the ability to push us and help us get better. So, Coach Billy McKnight's a hell of a coach, and I can't wait to see him, keep continuing on his coaching career and going into greater things.
Yeah, he's at the University of San Diego with Coach Steve Lavin right now, and I cannot wait to see him when he gets back up here in the Bay Area to play. It was so nice to have Billy come back to Prolific last year and coach the team again, and just to be on the road with him and be in the gym with him and see how he deals with all the new young players and just brings all the different personalities together. Speaking of personalities, different players, I'm just say name a couple of guys you played with, and I want to hear your version. About their game. Amadou Sow, who's over in Paris right now playing. What was it like playing with Amadou for 2 years?
Amadou's a force on both ends of the floor. He's a guy that's capable of doing a lot of things on the floor in terms of the defensive end and the offensive end. He's very versatile. He's a high IQ player, and he's going to punish you from the inside. And now he added the three ball to his game, so he can also hit that as well from the outside.
Right.
And playing in France right now, and he's doing really well out there, playing in the first league, and he's doing his thing, and he's only going to continue to get better. I saw him in summer league and a couple of other things that I had going on throughout the summer, and we had some pretty good conversations. And he's still that guy, still that always smiling, always having a good time. And when you say Amadou, everyone remembers him for his smile.
That is an absolute fact. I love that kid. And one of his dear friends that played on that team also, Sekou Toure, ST.
Yeah, ST was a monster, man. ST was a monster. Like kind of similar but different than Amadou. He's a little guard. He's not little, but he's really fast. So it feels like he's a little guard, but he has a lot of size on him as well. He's a very strong player. He's capable of scoring at all three levels. Elite defender. He always gave us a spark off the bench when we needed him. and he
Hmm.
just so many things for our team, all the little things. And he's a true winner, and all he cares about is winning. He's not going to care about himself, stats, and all that. He's one of those guys that's just going to do whatever it takes to win. And when you have a mentality that like that, stats come naturally on their own, and that's what ST does.
Yeah. Here's a guy that, excuse me, played for us your senior year, but he got injured early, but then came back late in the championship. Paul Scruggs.
Man, Paul's a hell of a player. Hell of a player. That's one of the toughest guys I've had to guard. He's very quick laterally, and he's very good with the ball. He has that ball on his string, and he's able to make plays for himself and his teammates.
Hmm.
And I can't say enough about him. It hurt us when he went down in Marshall County. I still remember that play. I took a charge and I fell into him, and that's how he hurt his knee. And it was really tough because that was our
Right.
guy, and just seeing him, get hurt like that was very hard for us as a team. And the way he handles it was so professional.
Hmm.
Enough about that, like the way he carried himself and continued to come to practice and put on a smile and help us get better was just it was just unbelievable. We're very thankful to have someone like that on our team because not I have something like that happen to them and come back with attitude and smiling and having fun every single day. So he's a really good guy on and off the court, and he's I can't wait to see him do great things.
Yeah. You mentioned about the injury. That's one thing with Prolific. We've always had great trainers. This year and the last 2 years, we've had Joe Hughes out of the East Bay working with our kids and not only keeping them healthy, but get them in the gym and doing weights and everything to get into even better basketball shape. Um, so let's talk. One more player. Your senior year came in Gary Trent Jr.
Oh, he's a competitor, man. He's a competitor. The moment I saw him, he wanted to compete in everything. And, he's one of those guys that, he's going to play you until he wins. And he's very confident that he's going to win and, whatever it is. And I think that's what really made him special and separate him from a lot of guys. It's his determination and competitiveness. You don't get that many people that have that drive and that
Right.
competitive who bring it every single day. He was a guy, you can hear his voice all day in the gym. He's always talking both ends of the floor, and you watch his game, and it speaks for itself. You know,
Here's one thing I want to talk about too. We are back when you were first started. We were still practicing over at the church on the frontage road in Napa, but now the last 5, almost 6 years now, the team all goes to Napa Christian. We've got our own gym, which you've worked out in the summer times.
Mhm.
But when you walk into that gym, there's so many times during the season when you see D1 coaches in there. Well, not one, not two, three, four, five at a time sometimes. What's it like practicing knowing these guys are there watching you? Does it make you nervous? Does it increase your game?
I think it's an opportunity. I view it as an opportunity, and I think other guys do as well. Um, people are always going to be watching your game, especially for the rest of your life. If you
Hmm.
want your career path in basketball. So I think it's a part of the game that you just have to embrace. You shouldn't be afraid of it because it's always going to be there. So you just have to face it head on and see it for what it is. Because at the end of the day, people want to watch you play for a reason because you're good at basketball. So you just gotta think about it that way and just go out there and do what you do. Whether you do good or you do bad, you're gonna get another opportunity to do it all over again the next day. So if you go in with that mentality, I think you'll be fine.
All right, we'll jump into college ball here in a minute. Just one more question about Prolific. Uh, Majority of our kids live with host families, and you lived with the same host family for 2 years. Talk about that experience and how that's affected your life.
It was an amazing experience, man. I still talk to them till this day, all of them. Janet, Lester, Malcolm, and Amelia, they're two kids. So they've treated me like family. They came to a lot of my games in Boise. They were there for the NCAA tournament for our first game in Portland. They supported me in the Mountain West tournament. So, they've been there for me, years after I left Prolific Prep. And they're still in my life today. And, I can't say enough about them. They're always there for me when I need them. And they're just one phone call away. And having people like that on your side, it's very valuable, very special. I'm just grateful to have people like that in my life because
And
people.
we've been lucky at the program to have, I think I talked to Philippe the other day that 59 different families host kids over the last 9 years. And the relationships, just like you're speaking about with your family, has just grown and made these kids not only better kids, but made the transition from their hometown to come to Napa to play for Prolific and then move on to college so much better and easier.
Yeah, like they gave me such a great environment to learn, and I was able to really capitalize on that and just try to be the best version of myself. And I'm very grateful for that. At the time, I really needed an environment like that, and uh,
Hmm.
I did that for me. And they really helped me along the way to become a better person, and which helped me on the basketball court as well. So kudos to them.
I hate contacts, Abu.
Uh,
My
the,
left one's falling out of my eye right here while we're talking.
so
So let's jump into college. You originally chose to go play for Dana Altman at Oregon. You were there for the first season. I went and saw you a couple times. What made you decide to move on to Boise State?
It was just opportunity. I felt like I wasn't getting the opportunity to play and really be able to expand my game and continue to learn and grow at Oregon. It had nothing to do with the coaches or anything like that. It was just more of a fit and style. They had guys over there that fit the style better than I did at the time.
Mhm.
And you can't blame coach for going with the guys that fit the system. So, I did what I did and I went to Boise because I thought it better fit my game. And, it's no knock to Dana Altman in Oregon because, the success they had speaks for themselves. Their stuff works. But, also, different boats, different floats, I think that's how. But, yeah, I went to Boise. It was a great decision. Coach Leon Rice embraced me. Sorry about that. Embraced me right away.
Mhm.
Really, helped me take my game to the next level by allowing me and giving me the opportunity to make mistakes and play through mistakes. And I think that's what really helped me develop my games throughout the years in Boise. And when I got there, we weren't winning at all, and every year we got gradually better and better. And just remembering that journey, uh, by my final year there, we won Mountain West tournament, we won our regular season, and we made the NCAA tournament. Which going from a team that has 13 losses one year, or not even 13 wins, 20 losses, to being a team that has 27 wins and 8 losses, is just amazing going through that process. It's more the process
Mhm.
was, more enjoyable than the outcome itself because, we started at the bottom and we just built our way all the way up. And it took time. It took a lot of discipline and a lot of hard work, but we did it. So I think
That's awesome. And
that's
in the Mountain West Championship, you were the MVP. You averaged 14.8 points, 5.7 rebounds, 2.4 assists, and 1.3 steals in 31 minutes a game. That's fantastic, Abu.
yeah. And it was just all opportunity and just being prepared. And like I said, can't thank Coach Leon enough for giving me the opportunity to just really learn and grow and continue to work on my game. And very grateful for that.
No, I've been a basketball fan my entire life. And as a kid, one of my favorite things in the entire world was I love my Los Angeles Lakers. Everyone gives me bunch of crap about that, but I've been a Laker fan since Gail Goodrich of when I was like 6 years old watching him play. But I always loved college basketball and the NCAA tournament each and every year. And when I was young, it wasn't 64 teams; it was only 32, so it
Mhm.
wasn't as long. But just tell me what's that experience like to actually get to play in an NCAA game? Not only the game, but to travel to the city to see the cameras and TV cameras and the whole experience. Talk about that a bit.
It's an amazing experience. It's an amazing experience. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. Obviously, some guys get to do it multiple times. I only got to do it once. And it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. I felt like my teammates being there and just having fun with those guys and the coaching staff as well was the best part of everything throughout the journey. And just all the work we put in just to get to the tournament, that's kind of, it feels better than getting to the tournament, if you know what I mean.
Right.
And just just loving that process, that everyday process that we put in. When we made the tournament, it was just like, we knew we deserved to be here. You know what I mean? Because of all the work we put in prior,
Right.
and we left it all out on the floor our last game. So that was it. Just really showed who we are as people.
I got one more question for you, Abu, then I'll let you go. Because I will see you in less than a week here when we get to Toronto for the
Yeah.
grind session event. But if you're a young basketball player, say 14, 15 years old, 16 years old, and you really want to improve your game and go to the next level, why should you choose Prolific Prep?
Because they give you an opportunity on and off the court to be a better person and a better player. And I think that's what's all about. You can't be a great basketball player and be a bad person. You know what I mean? Well, you can, but long term, I don't think that's a great recipe for success. I think that you need to be a good person, and you have to continue to work on yourself and continue to get better every day in every aspect of life. And if you do that over a long period of time, that's when you build something great. Great stuff don't happen overnight. They take time. Everything that's great, took a really long time to do. And I think you have to play the long game and not be so caught up in the short term things. You might not be good enough to make the NBA at 16, but you can be good enough to make the NBA at 20 or 21 or maybe 19. Who knows? Just depending on
Mhm.
how hard you work and how dedicated you are to the game. Because focusing on that process and falling in love with that process, takes care of the outcomes for themselves. But it's just all about the daily work that you put in every single day. That's all it comes down to. Every single
And you
day.
mentioned NBA. When I was a kid, there wasn't that many leagues around the world. Now you have leagues in China, New Zealand, Australia, in Europe, in South America. It's crazy how many pro opportunities there are for kids.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of pro opportunities everywhere, all over the world. And, the NBA is not the end all be all. So, there's a lot more opportunities where you can make money overseas, China, all those countries. And it's okay if you don't make the NBA because you're still going to be making a living playing basketball. And if you focus on the process, I think you won't get caught up in the end result as much. You know what I mean? Because when you fall in love with the process, it's a lot easier to accept, failure or things that don't work out because you're not tied to that end result. It doesn't define who you are.
I actually have one more question for you, Abu. It popped in my head here a second ago. When your playing days are over, at some point that will happen to every player. Do you have any desire to go into coaching?
Yeah, I actually do. I have a desire to go into coaching, training. I want to get back to the game. I felt like the game has done so much for me and has helped me so much in my life. And I want to give back to the game by helping the next generation out. And I had a lot of people help me out throughout the journey. I didn't do it alone. And, I want to be, that pillar for somebody else to just help them get to that next level or maybe elevate their game to another level or whatever it is. So I just want to get back to the game because the game gave so much to me.
Awesome. Well, thank you so very much for spending time with me this morning. You are the first of many Prolific Prep interviews we're going to do. We have so many kids still in college and kids moving on to the next level to play pro. Just alone in the Pac-12 this year, we've got Jordan Pope at Oregon State, Muhammad Gay at Washington State, uh, Trey White at USC, Dem Bona at UCLA, and they're all going to be coming through here to play Kwani at Cal. So it's just crazy how many kids we got out there. And I got to give a shout out to Stefan Todorovic, who played for us a couple of years ago, who's at SMU also. So it's just so many great kids have come through this program. So Abu, I will see you on Wednesday, and cannot wait to get to Canada.
Hey, I can't wait to see you guys too, man. I'll definitely see you on Wednesday. Thanks again for having me and thanks for everything today.
Awesome. Thanks, Abu.
Thank you.